Let's bring out our next fight of the evening, starting with the blue corner, Lenon Ford.
Nickname is Zulu. Lenon Ford, at just 21 years old, fighting out of Riverside, California. He said his fighting style is like water, John.
Yeah, interesting individual here. Just been training for a year. He's 6 foot tall at 155 pounds, so very tall for the weight class. At 21 years old, he lists his heroes as Shaka Zulu, Bruce Lee, and his parents. So he's got a little bit of a wide range of idols there to look up to. We have seen him here in the Tuff-N-Uff cage before. He fought back in September, earned a unanimous decision over David Flores, and again, a member of that 10th Planet Riverside Academy that we've talked about on so many occasions.
Well, and you talk about the stark difference in training time. I mean, the Sepe brothers, who we just saw compete at just 18 years old, had been training since they were 9, so literally half of their life. Whereas Zulu here just got into mixed martial arts, he says, about a year ago.
Yeah, but when you train with the people that he's listed as, and that is beasts and gods, you get good very quickly.
Trial by fire. I like it. So Lenon Zulu Ford is inside the Tuff-N-Uff cage right now, set to go for 3 2-minute rounds. Let's meet his opponent.
And now out of the red corner, Jason Robles.
Well, so much for that reach advantage, because unfortunately for Zulu, Jason Robles, also at 6 foot tall at 155 pounds. He's just 24 years old.
Yeah, Robles trains out of Joker's Wild Fighting Academy in Lake Forest, California, making his amateur debut tonight. Current favorite fighter listed as Jose Aldo. So that's certainly someone to try to live up to in your game. And, you know, we ask all the fighters what they see MMA going in 5 years, what they see the sport doing, where they see it developing. And I like his answer. I've never heard anybody say anything close to this before. I see MMA pushing the envelope of reality. And that kind of tells you, I guess, a little bit about his mindset and what he thinks. And certainly he wants to be on the cutting edge.
Pushing the envelope of reality. Does that mean it's fake again?
See, I thought it was like, you know, kind of pushing the boundaries of what can be done.
Whatever it may be. Let's see what he can do inside the cage. The lightweights are set to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight of the evening is in the lightweight division. Introducing first in the blue corner with 2 wins and no losses, fighting out of 10th Planet, Riverside, California, Lenon Zulu Ford. Standing across the cage in the red corner, making his MMA debut tonight, fighting out of Joker's Wild Fighting Academy, Lake Forest, California, he is Jason Rumble Robles. Referee in charge of the action is Mark Smith.
All right, gentlemen, you got your instructions earlier. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. If you'd like to, touch gloves. At the bell, be ready to fight.
2 very tall lightweights at 6 foot apiece. Lenon Zulu Ford wearing the black trunks with the green trim. Jason Rumble Robles is wearing the gray trunks with the black trim. Set to go.
Listed at the same height. Robles strikes you as a little.
Oh!
One right hand!
Huge shot early on from Robles. Knocks Zulu to the ground, but Zulu doing a nice job of recovering. Stunned there for a moment, but quickly back to his feet. Now he's the one with the underhooks. Let's see what he can do with it.
I was going to say, Robles strikes you as the taller fighter. He used that reach right away to land that big right, but props to Mark Smith for letting him fight on. Lenon Zulu Ford powered his way back up, working in the clinch now. Oh, critical mistake there on the takedown, but Ford with the great reversal. What an excellent scramble. Exposed his back, but didn't give it up. Twice Robles has seen the back, but unable to get the position.
Robles again connecting right on the chin. And Ford with the big takedown this time ends up in side control. Interestingly, John, a moment ago you said props to Mark Smith for letting them fight on. I really think that if Mark Smith had been a little bit closer, he probably would have stopped that fight.
It was pretty ugly way down.
But Ford did such a good job of recovering so quickly that it wasn't necessary, and the referee detected that and let the fight continue.
And now Lenon Ford in side control. What an incredible pace. Now into the mount. What a reversal of fortunes here for Lenon Ford.
Trying to maintain that position.
Very high right now. See Robles trying to spin, turn in. Shrimps out on the side, but isn't quite able to escape. And Lenon Ford reestablishes the position.
25 seconds left here in this round, and Ford is landing some big shots now. Robles just covering up, trying to avoid the damage.
Here with 15 seconds left.
Gives up the back, just like that, trying to get that arm underneath that chin, complete this choke. Final 10 seconds of round number 1. Will he have time? Referee telling him only a couple of seconds remaining here in this round, and it looks like Ford is going to end up in the final moment. Yeah, okay, that's the end of round number 1, but boy, that's a tough one to score because Robles had such a dominant first half of the round, and then Ford just turned it on there in the second half of the round and ended in such a dominant position. Who do you give it to?
Man, that is a tough round of score, and you hate to give it 10-10, especially in a round that was that exciting. You know, I think Lenon Ford was obviously hurt early, but fought back and ended the round in a dominant position. I think a lot of times judges have a tendency to reward what they see last. Yep. So I tend to think that round probably went to Lenon Zulu Ford, even though we thought he could have been stopped in the early seconds there.
So going into round number 2 here, I don't even really know what you would tell these corners because the fight was just so all over the place. I mean, when the fight hit the ground, the scrambles were some of the wildest scrambles that I've seen in quite some time. Both of these individuals fighting on, though, even when in bad positions, able to get through it. Let's see if this damaged where Robles is coming into the second round mentally, because right now he's got his hands on his hips. He looks a little bit dejected, whereas Zulu Ford, big smile on his face.
Absolutely. Robles looks a little fatigued. But, you know, if I'm in scoring, I'm telling Robles to try to stay at distance and use those punches like he did in round 1, because that was definitely his best work. You can see he fires straight punches right up the middle. Big takedown by Lenon Ford.
Big takedown again. He ends up in top position. Robles doing a nice job of trying to keep his knee up so that way Robles isn't able to get into that mount position yet again. But he's in a bad spot here. He's pushed up against the cage. Zulu Ford has him neutralized right now. He's landed big punches. This time he has a full 90 seconds to work.
You can see Robles trying to roll over there. Lenon Zulu Ford establishes mount, pinning down the left arm there briefly. Jason Robles in a bad position here. Now, Lenon Ford looks like he might be trying to roll off for the armbar, but he re-establishes the mount position. I think that was smart. I thought he was about to give up the position, looking for the submission. And I think he's in such a dominant spot right now. Now he's going to fall to his back and go for the guillotine in full guard. Doesn't quite have the hands locked up. That's a risky maneuver for Lenon Zulu Ford because you essentially give up top position to go for the choke. He did not have his hands locked up when he went for the position switch, and now he has to let it go.
And now Robles in top position. Back to his feet. Zulu Ford makes his way back up and trading big punches. Ford looking for the takedown again. Man, when these two separate and start scrapping, it is thrilling.
It's a lot of fun, and I think that's where Robles has been the most successful so far.
And I think Ford knows that, which is why he's closing that distance and shooting for the takedown hard. This time his neck is a bit exposed.
Oh, knee to the body there. Mark Smith calls timeout. There are no knees in the amateur rules, no knees on the ground at all, and at that point, Lenon Zulu Ford was a downed opponent.
So just to clarify, you can't even throw a knee to the body.
Right. If
Correct.
you're in side control and want to throw a knee, you just can't do it in the amateur rules. When you're on the feet, you can throw knees. You just can't throw it to the head. I don't think there was any ill intention there from Robles. In fact, they might train pro rules in his gym. I don't think there was any ill intention there. He made sure not to throw it to the head.
Oh, man, what shots are trading here inside the cage. Ford now turning it on. He's got Robles rocked, pushing him up against the cage, lighting him up right now. Final seconds of the round. Oh, man, wow. Ford did a great job of connecting with some big shots. That is the end of round number 2. Boy, dominant round there for Lenon Zulu Ford. He did almost everything right. The one big blemish, if he made a mistake, was when he gave up that top position and rolled to his back, but then he was trying to close up a guillotine that just didn't work. My opinion, very dominant round for Lenon Zulu Ford.
Yeah, very clearly his round. I think he's up 2 rounds to none right now. Again, that first round was tough, so I don't think you can count on anything in that opening round, but round 2 definitely is. He showed that, again, when he keeps the thing inside, works for the takedowns, it's his fight. Jason Robles is going to need to try to keep distance and use his striking. Although he ate some tough strikes there at the end, he was at least still in the fight at that point.
And that's the sort of thing that can really rattle your confidence when you think, okay, if I can just get this fight back up to the feet and create a little bit of distance, that's where I'm having a lot of success, because that's what he thought in round number 1. But there in round number 2, Ford was the one that landed the zinger that dropped Robles and almost was able to finish the fight and put him away. Robles right now looking rather dejected. His hands are on his knees. Third and final round coming up. Is Robles able to turn the tides? He's in the gray trunks. Ford is in the black trunks. This is the third and final round here at the Tuff-N-Uff Amateur Fighting Championship.
Well, both fighters have put on a fantastic show so far, so let's hope they get finished out in style. You see Robles, the high kick there. It's those straight punches that have been most effective for him, but he did get rocked at the end of the second.
Big shot from Ford. Mouthpiece out from Robles.
Mouthpiece out.
And Robles looks like he's eating some big shots and not liking it. Ford with another crisp right hand.
Mark Smith tried to let the fight carry on, but Robles was actually stepping on his own mouthpiece. The last thing you want somebody to do is roll their ankle or something along those lines, slip on it, allow for a fall. So Mark Smith was trying to let the fight carry on, but had to take a minute to put the mouthpiece back in.
And boy, Robles is looking tired right now, isn't he?
Yeah, hands on his knees, like you said, just a little dejected. His straight punches are still his best strikes, but unfortunately, since he's lost a lot of zip as the fatigue is setting in, what's happening is Lenon Zulu-Ford is able to easily slip him and counter.
Yeah, and even a nice job with the jab there by Zulu-Ford. Robles throwing high kicks. But you're right, the punches from Robles certainly a lot slower here in round number 3 than what they were in round number 1 when he was having a lot of success with them. Ford with the right hand that just glances off the side of the chin of Robles. Both of them just kind of looking at each other right now, looking for that opening. And Ford again connecting. Robles swing, miss, didn't set that up at all.
Ford just seems in better shape and having a little more zip right now, a little more quickness. Again, still can't count on anything from that first round. It was such a back and forth round, and Ford was almost finished. Yeah, I don't think he can cruise here. I think he needs to do something in this final minute.
That could do it right there.
Big takedown will certainly set it up.
30 seconds left here in this round. If he can end this round in top position, would certainly make a statement, considering it's been a bit of a stalemate in this third and final round leading up to this moment here.
Yeah, the most significant offense so far has been the takedown, of course, and Lenon Zulu-Ford is on top. Looks like he's going to finish the round on top as he passes out into his opponent's half guard.
Final 10 seconds here. Zulu-Ford in top position, making a statement right in front of the judges' table. Big punches right to the face of Robles. That's the end.
Yeah, you can hear Ford's corner yelling for him to just keep punching, rack up the points. But I think he did enough. I think, you know, he could have taken this fight 30-27, but at the very least, you got to give him round 2 and round 3.
Yep.
And I think he should walk away with the decision win. Ford, it looks like something's bothering him.
I don't know if it's something that's bothering him or if that's just his style, because even when they were announcing his name, he wasn't hopping around the cage or acting all pumped up. He was just kind of resting back up against the cage, almost in a pose like he was meditating. So maybe that's just his style, very reflective. He looks like, well, you know, tough to tell. Nonetheless, probably going to walk away with a victory tonight. We'll find out in just a moment when the official judge's decision comes in. Entertaining fight, though, man.
Yeah, an early fight of the night candidate for sure.
Yeah, opening up with a big shot that dropped him to the ground. Lenon Zulu-Ford did a great job, in my opinion, turning the tides in his favor. We'll see what the judges have to say here.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of absolute combat, we have your winner by unanimous decision, the blue corner, Lenon